Before we give our next question, may I just remind Mr. Vitali to respect the secretary while he is speaking and not say anything or gesture anything that is out of
Wow.
the ordinary. Thank you so much. Can we call
Wow.
on Mr. Rambo from BZXL?
Oh boy, that is
Wow, that is so disrespectful. So, brand new information has surfaced regarding the disrespectful Russian-American IRL streamer known as Vitaly. I know for a fact that Filipinos want this guy to learn his lesson by remaining in Filipino prison. They do not want him to be deported, because if he's deported, you are basically saying it's okay to go to a foreign country and act like a prick, disrespecting the locals and harassing them to no end. That is not okay, which is why everybody is praying that this guy will serve a sentence in the Filipino prison, okay? And today we will learn more about this, because apparently the dude is facing 24 years in Filipino prison. That is a lot, okay? So the title of this video is Scumbag IRL Streamer Now Facing 24 Years in Philippines Prison. It's a video by Atozi once more. We will keep following the news about Vitaly until we are sure about what's gonna happen to him in the end. Before we start though, maligayang pagbabalik sa aking channel. For those of you who don't speak Tagalog, that basically means welcome to my channel. My name is Ovela. I am a sound engineer, beatmaker, and content creator on YouTube based here in Manila, Philippines. And without further ado, let's check it out.
This scumbag IRL influencer can now be facing up to multiple decades in prison in the Philippines, all because he live streamed himself harassing strangers in the street, mall security guards, and stealing multiple items, including a mall security bite.
So I made an entire video where I reacted to Vitaly's, disgusting videos in the Philippines, actually in environment where I walk every day, like here, this is BGC. It's Bonifacio, okay? So I live there, I reside there, and we do not want this type of behavior either in Bonifacio or in the Philippines or anywhere else in the world, okay?
Obviously, we're talking about the case surrounding Vitaly, who's an American-Russian YouTuber who was one of the largest prank channels back in the day.
And have you guys noticed that in the media, they are kind of foregoing the fact that he's American? The Russian vlogger. Yes, his last name sounds very Russian, but the dude is American Russian. Do not be afraid to say it, okay? Just like Johnny Somali, who's also American, okay? That's important.
Unfortunately, lost his mind and ended up serving some time due to horrifically attacking a jogger in Miami. But recently, he came back to the internet. And he's came back to the internet a few times, but in the most recent time, he decided to come back to the internet and essentially be a knockoff Johnny Somali for some reason. And in his comeback, he was definitely not wise when it comes to picking the country to be a nuisance in. The Philippines. I don't know why you would ever want to come to the Philippines and go live with the title Disturbing the Peace in the Philippines, as that is probably one of the last countries I would ever want to have that title on my stream, let alone go around and harass people and then...
It's such a dumb idea. I don't know who told him to do this, but it was not going to be successful. It's not gonna work. Filipinos do not appreciate this type of behavior. Filipinos appreciate the complete opposite of this behavior. They are fun, caring, loving people, okay?
Steal multiple items while live streaming yourself doing so. It's like the influencer version of Darwinism. And his actions are definitely catching up to him here now, because he was just perp walked out in front of the entire country.
Oh, apparently zero remorse, like multiple pictures of him, leaked where he is smiling and wearing like a jail attire, Like, come on, man.
Make a statement.
Look at him. Look at him.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Yeah, the smirk he had during his arrest and mugshot,
Yeah.
that's completely gone. Dude, he was warned multiple times. He didn't care.
I don't agree. It's not completely gone. I saw another picture of him, like handcuffed with the orange shirt, you know, smiling, all smiles.
just openly embraced going to jail in the Philippines on his stream. And now he's in even more trouble than what I think he's ever been in his life. And that really, really sets the bar when you look at his situation that happened in Miami. Because if you have a horrific attack on your record and somehow you're in more trouble than what you were then, oh boy. So what are they charging him for?
Vitaly engaged in multiple disruptive and inappropriate acts, including attempting to kiss and grab him, trying to seize his service firearm.
That's the worst one, in my opinion. Trying to grab a service arm from a security guard, you know. Are you crazy? Like, seriously, that is such a huge offense. Because not only do you don't have like a permit to use a firearm, I mean, I don't know how they do it in the States, okay? But probably here in the Philippines, you need a permit to be able to use a firearm. You know, you're not licensed. And you just do not act that way with security guards and officers of the law.
Taking videos of him without consent, mocking other security guards, and vlogging without a permit in BGC.
It's true. Apparently, you do need a permit to vlog in BGC if you are using like obvious big cameras, you know. Because here, obviously, if you're vlogging with your phone, it's okay because everybody has a phone or like a small digital camera, you know, that is not noticeable. But big cameras, he was probably being filmed with a huge camera, you know. And by the way, the Philippines is also looking to charge the person that was helping Vitaly, who is Filipino, apparently.
Also, in Vitaly's latest video in BGC, nakita siyang sumasakay ng patrol motorcycle na walang abiso.
Oh wow, there's just a whole plethora of charges here that can be disastrous for him. They're also talking not just fully English, they're speaking Tagalog with English, which I think they call Taglish. So
did he say Tagalong? It's Tagalog. Tagalong? Wait. I gotta check it out.
English, they're speaking Tagalog with
Yeah, he said Tagalong. It's Tagalog.
English, which I think they call Taglish. So
yes, Taglish, when you merge English and Tagalog.
I had to transcribe a lot of this to actually understand what is going on, and then
you don't need to do that. You can just go online and you can find the translation on, you know, articles, official Filipino news outlet articles. Come on.
Run it through ChatGPT and then have ChatGPT essentially tell me what they were saying. So it's not fully spot on yet, but that's what happens when we're trying to break this news. So here we have, I guess, the charges against Vitaly, which aren't 100% set in stone from what I can tell, because he just kind of threw out a lot of the things.
Honestly, guys, I don't think that he will be facing 24 years in prison. No, not for what he did. I mean, the one where he took the firearm or tried to take the firearm, that one could get him a few months, maybe a few years in prison. But 24 years for just insulting and basically being a disturbance, I doubt it, but
things that happened that they're investigating him for. So first you have unjust vexation, which is engaging in behavior that caused annoyance and distress to others. Then you have alarm and scandal, which is actions that disturb public peace and order. Then you had attempted theft, which was trying to unlawfully take a security guard's firearm.
Really bad.
That's a serious charge.
Exactly.
That is, like, did this happen after my coverage? Did this happen after he was arrested? I don't remember that being on the stream that I skimmed through. That is a serious charge.
No, that did not happen after he was arrested. That happened before. Like, we see him trying to, you know, to take the firearm of the security guard.
The 2 counts of theft, if they go after him for taking the motorcycle and the industrial fan, and then also that face mask, but they return the face mask pretty quickly. So we'll see what they do there. Then you have the threatening to rob an old lady as well. But what I didn't know until now is apparently if you steal a motorcycle in the Philippines, you can actually get up to life in prison. And this is all due to a newer...
any motorcycle or like a cop's motorcycle? That's probably what it is, right? Because the motorcycle that he was trying to steal was not a regular motorcycle. It was not the motorcycle of just you know, a pedestrian or a regular person in the Philippines. No, it was a cop's motorcycle. Like, this guy is crazy.
We're in stricter law they put in place around 2016. Now, will he get life in prison? There's no way.
No,
But the fact that you would even go to a country and do something that can give you a maximum of life in prison is insane. I am seeing multiple locals say that he could be facing up to 24 years in prison, as it's up to 12 years for each of the counts of theft there.
I highly doubt it, though.
And that's just the theft cases alone. And then you have all these other charges up here as well. So will he get this amount of time? Probably not. But I don't think he's going to...
There you go. He also does not think that he would get 24 years in prison.
Just leave the country next week, to put it lightly. It seems like they very much so want to charge him. So then also, they go on to say that
they should, because it would set an example to all the other foreigners that would dare to behave this way in the Philippines.
Charges also stem from incidents where Vitaly is seen grabbing a security guard's hat, attempting to seize another guard's firearm, and threatening to rob a woman in Bonifacio Global C. Now, Secretary Romola, who is the guy that essentially had him perp walked out there in front of the whole country, now he said that Vitaly will not be deported immediately, but will remain in the Bureau of Immigration Detention Facility to face the charges filed against him. He also emphasized that no special treatment will be given, stating that we're done with foreigners who only insult Filipinos.
Yep.
This is an example that we are serious here in our country, and we won't let them belittle us. And
I mean, this guy was not just insulting Filipinos. He did way worse, okay? And it's one thing, I guess, to insult Filipinos when you are not in their country, you know? And I mean, hey, you should not insult Filipinos or anybody else, okay? But it's another thing to do it in their own country. I mean, the balls, you know? The cojones that you need to have to act like this, you know?
he also stated that authorities are seeking Vitaly's cameraman, who may also face charges for enabling a commission of crime. This is a stark contrast from what we've seen Japan do with Johnny Somali, and now maybe even South Korea with Johnny Somali, as they seem to be playing way more softball with him there. In the Philippines, they're not messing around.
No.
They had him perp walk down in front of the whole country within a week of an arrest.
Oh yeah, the Philippines they do not mess around. Exactly what he said, you know, they take this stuff very seriously. And I remember because obviously I am a content creator on YouTube who reacts to Filipino content. And I remember just reacting to Filipino politics, you know. I wasn't really giving my opinion on Filipino politics because I know that they do not appreciate that because I'm a foreigner, okay? If and when I was reacting to Filipino politics, I was just learning, okay? I was just learning about how things work over here, you know? But people personally contacted me to tell me, listen, man, I guess it's okay to react to Filipino politics. I do not advise you to do so, but if you decide to do it, do not meddle. Meaning, do not, you know, give like, do not take sides, you know. Just, okay, it's okay to inform yourself, but do not take sides. Do not try to intervene in the politics of the Philippines, you know. And I fully respect that, you know. Like, before you move to a foreign country, learn about the country. I've been learning about the Philippines for 8 years before, actually, you know, 7 years before I moved here for the first time, before I visited the country. I know what I'm doing here, but Vitaly clearly had no clue, you know, what he was doing.
The week of him doing it, they arrested him right away. They arrested him 2 days after my video on him. They arrested him on the 3rd of April.
Look at
now
this
on
guy.
the 7th of April, they're having him perp walked out in front of the entire country saying, hey, we're going to make an example out of this guy. This is not okay. This is crazy. Why, as an influencer, would you ever go mess around and do this kind of content, especially not in your home country? Fair enough if you actually understand the laws of the place that you're in, but
Exactly.
still, please,
That's what I'm
never
saying.
do stuff like this, because again, I want to live in a world where I can walk around in public without having to worry about being harassed by an IRL streamer. Is that so much to ask for? And I feel like everyone in the world deserves that very basic right. If you're out in public, you shouldn't have some IRL streamer harassing you to try to get some sort of reaction so they can monetize it for their live stream. It's just not acceptable. But continuing, it says Vitaly's actions have drawn significant criticism.
Of course, I mean, you do not want these IRL streamers to take advantage of you for their own gain and profit. It's one thing to have a content creator approach you, you know, for an interview and ask you nicely, you know, if you'd like to be interviewed. You know, if you say no, they will just move on and you'll move on too. But if you're okay with it, that's cool, you know, it's even fun. But a guy that is forcing things upon you like this, absolutely not. And I'm glad the Philippines does not stand for this.
And authorities are committed to ensuring accountability for his conduct in the Philippines. Here's a little snippet where he says that Vitaly has to take accountability for his own content.
People have to take responsibility for the content they create. It is not a license to shame or to hurt or to besmirch anyone. A vlog ang social media ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad.
But then Vitaly gets in trouble during the press conference because
Agreed.
for some reason the dude just can't stay serious even though his freedom is literally on the line here. Bro's freedom is literally at stake. And speaking of the other stake, he's also now banned from Kick.com. So that stake deal is gone. He is officially...
Nice. See, I told you he had a deal with Kick. I think he's gonna be banned from every other, you know, social media platform as well. Good.
Actually been 404 as he was so worried about becoming.
Before we give our next question, may I just remind Mr. Vitaly to respect the secretary while he is speaking and not say anything or gesture anything that goes out of the ordinary. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Can we call on Mr. Rambo from BZXL?
Oh boy, that is...
Wow, that is so disrespectful. As he was being sentenced, if you will, in a way, you know, he was basically disrespecting the guy still, mocking him behind his back, which shows you he doesn't even have the balls to face people the right way, you know? My God.
Is the stare of a man who wants to put you under the prison. Vitaly is in for a rough time. Who would have known that harassing people and just making an absolute fool out of yourself and...
Did you see how he turned to look at him like, are you freaking kidding me? Do you want us to add one more, you know, number to your sentence?
I guess the platform that you represent would get you banned. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but I guess people need to be made examples of so others will learn. Because at the end of the day, no one wants this, and not even Kick wants this, because Kick does not want to risk being banned in a whole country. So they're just gonna quickly ban and get rid of whatever streamer that causes a commotion like that. But then a journalist asked if Vitaly is allowed to speak.
Good morning, Secretary. Jess Cruzal from ABS-CBN News. May I ask if Mr. Vitaly is allowed to speak?
No, not today. Only in the formal inquest.
All right. Okay.
I mean, you could see...
Oh, nope, Vitaly. He is not allowed to speak. Good.
Vitaly's disappointment there. This is such an insane situation that's just so incredibly self-inflicted, like so many of the other stories that we cover. Why would you ever do this to yourself and to other people? But something I was not expecting was being credited by the police for arresting him or for finding out about this. Because here a day ago, the Taguig city...
Why is that surprising to you? I feel like that is your business on YouTube. I mean, I checked his channel quickly. Apparently, most of his videos are about scumbags, you know, so yeah.
Police...
He breaks the news about these people, which is why, in the first place, I'm reacting to his video, because I knew that he would be the first one to react, you know, about this situation.
Station posted criminal charges filed against YouTuber Vitaly over viral BGC incident. The Taguig police station has taken swift and divisive action in response against a viral video involving Russian-American YouTuber Vitaly, who is now facing multiple criminal complaints following an incident at Bonifacio Global City that drew widespread public outrage. Authorities immediately launched an investigation after receiving reports from local residents and security personnel who allegedly harassed the foreign content creator. Police gathered statements, reviewed complaints before the city's prosecutor's office on April 3rd, 2025. They also coordinated with hotel management and local establishments in the area to secure evidence and ensure accountability. The incident stemmed from a video posted on April 1st, 2025 by the YouTube channel Atozi.
Exactly. And I don't know if this guy knows, but Filipinos are very, very present on social media. I mean, when there is something that pertains to them, they will watch every video that is public and present on social media, whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. They will watch everything.
Titled "Scumbag IRL Streamer Destroys His Life in the Philippines Live." That title aged very well now. Was not expecting to see my video an official police statement though. I just saw his live stream and I was like, there's no way this guy's this stupid to be doing that there. So I made a video on it. The video, which has reached over 600,000 views, shows Vitaly aggressively approaching and filming people in the street in Tagalog. Vitaly,
oh my god, did he just say Tagalog? It's Taguig. My god, dude. It's okay. He does not know what Tagalog is, so it's okay.
Really staying in a hotel in Fort Bonifacio during the visit. On March 31st around 11 a.m., he was seen walking along Bonifacio High Street where the incident took place. He was caught on video confronting several individuals while making live streaming content for social media. According to reports, these affected include security guards and workers in the area. One guard said that Vitaly forcefully pulled his ID from his neck. Another worker said that the YouTuber took his hat without permission. While a third, also a security guard personnel, claimed that the foreigner tried to grab his service firearm.
There you go. And I would not be surprised if more statements will come out in the next few days, because what he's reading right now, it's probably the stuff that we saw on camera. But I'm pretty sure that this guy did some stuff while he wasn't being recorded, you know, and things that haven't surfaced yet.
Okay, so I mean, that is a serious charge. Recognizing the suspect's foreign nationality.
And this is the stuff that he did in Manila, but this guy was also in the islands. So I am surprised that people in the islands haven't, you know, talked about this yet.
The Tagalog police also coordinated with the Bureau of Immigration to determine possible violations of immigration laws. A formal request was sent to the BI for updates of the YouTuber's current status for guidance and further action. Tagalog authorities have issued a strong reminder to all visitors and online content creators to respect local laws. Warning that actions meant to harass or humiliate people, whether it's on camera or not, can have serious consequences. The Tagalog City Police Station assured the public that they're continuing.
All right, Filipinos, I think it's time to teach him how to pronounce Tagalog, but also Taguig, okay? Please go into the comment section, respectfully, of course, and just teach him how to pronounce the words.
Continuing to monitor the case and are committed to
just because I'm pretty sure that he's gonna keep making videos about Vitaly, you know?
Protecting residents from similar incidents in the future. I mean, shout out the Philippines for handling this so quickly. And also, like, this should definitely not scare anyone from going to the Philippines because they want tourism there. They just don't want people to be live streaming and harassing people in public. It's very...
And seriously, Filipinos are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful with foreigners. They very, very, very welcoming.
Easy to go visit a country and not act like the town. That's crazy being in an official Filipino police statement. Shout out to all my Filipinos. I love you guys.
Yeah.
I'm currently in a different setup, as you can see, because I'm currently traveling to go to yet another crazy influencer trial. I guess we just do that now. I've had a lot of fun doing it. So here we're going to another case tomorrow, and I have to get up at 5 in the morning. It's currently at 2:41 a.m. So I won't be getting too much sleep, because I have to drive for a couple hours tomorrow to get to this court case, because it is in the middle of nowhere. But hey, if this video gets like 75,000 likes, I might fly out to the Philippines as well to go to Vitaly's trial. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, drop a like on this video so maybe I can go to the Philippines as well. Peace.
So there you have it. The dude might face 24 years in prison. I highly doubt it. I don't know where he got that information from. Maybe it was speculation from ChatGPT, but as we all know, ChatGPT makes mistake. Even though ChatGPT is everybody's best friend, it makes a lot of mistakes, so we cannot you know, rely all the time on ChatGPT. I personally went online, checked a few official articles, and it's not said anywhere that he's gonna be facing 24 years. I highly doubt it, but it would still be justice served if he does remain in a Filipino prison for a little bit, you know? So we will keep talking about this until we know for a fact what's gonna happen to Vitaly, okay? Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Maraming salamat po. And of course, if you found value in this video, do not hesitate to check out my other reaction videos right here.